You're listening to Leisure World Direct. I'm your host, Emma DiMaggio, GRF Communications Manager. I'm joined by Executive Director Jessica Sedgwick, Executive Manager of Mutual Services Dave Potter, and Senior Director of Facilities Mark Weaver. Hi, guys.
Morning.
Hey, Mark.
How's it going?
Hello. Today's topic is changes at Leisure World's only intersection. So at the time of this being recorded, crews are out at the intersection of Golden Rain and St. Andrews Drive, drilling holes and making noise and doing things that are generally foreign to me. Mark, can you tell me what's happening down there?
Sure. We're getting ready to install a new traffic light at the intersection.
Can you tell me what changes or how the traffic light will be different?
Sure. So we're going to see a dedicated left turn signal lane going over the channel, and we're also going to see dedicated pedestrian crossings all at one time.
Can you describe what a dedicated pedestrian crossing sort of looks like from a driver's point of view?
Sure. So if a pedestrian pushes the sign to cross, all lanes will get the red light, and the pedestrian will cross from corner to corner until he reaches his destination, his or her destination.
So no cars moving at all while pedestrians are going.
Correct.
So all four lanes in both directions, all of them stop.
All of them stop.
Okay.
Yes. Till the pedestrian safely crosses the street.
I'm assuming we got no right turn on a red light. Okay.
So it'll be dedicated left-hand turn lane over the channel in both directions.
When did these changes start to kind of move into motion? What was their originating point?
Well, back in 2016, the board hired Urban Crossroads to conduct a traffic study at the intersection. And at that time, they recommended a dedicated left-hand turn lane over the channel.
And Mark, can you refresh my memory on who Urban Crossroads is, what they do?
So Urban Crossroads is a traffic engineer. They also conduct the same service for Laguna Woods, and we've been using them over the last probably 5 to 8 years in those kinds of situations.
What were their findings in the traffic study?
When they came back in 2016, they recommended that we install a dedicated left-hand turn lane at that intersection.
What sorts of things do they look at to determine what the best, path forward is?
They conduct surveys of the traffic. They do traffic counts. They actually come out and witness how the intersection is traveled, and they go back and do their mathematical equations and give us a report.
Okay. Now that work is ongoing, can you kind of take me through the process of what that work looks like, what the steps are?
Sure. They started off the process with trying to figure out where all the utilities are and the locations exactly are underground. They do that by potholing. So we found a couple of utilities that were in the way of where the new construction would be going. So we're waiting right now to see how we're going to move around those areas. But that's the start. And then they're going to go into a phase where they'll install a couple of new poles. They'll have to hang new heads for the dedicated left-hand turn lanes. And it looks like we're going to have to replace existing conduit that's under the street right now.
And we're getting, at the time of this recording, very close to the completion. There's been minimal obstruction to traffic so far, to my understanding.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten into the meat of the project yet. The rains have kind of delayed us a bit, so we'll be jumping back into it probably beginning of next week.
How flexible will the new system be once it's installed? I know some drivers will hear about the four-way stop and not like it very much. If that ends up not working for Leisure World, or is just not the most efficient system for the intersection, does GRF have the ability to change the lighting of the traffic lights or the way that the pedestrian movement kind of works?
Well, to limit risk, I don't think that would be probably a good idea. Once the traffic engineer is giving us recommendation, for us to go back on what they're recommending wouldn't be the best thing to do, I don't think.
That makes sense.
So we'd probably have to ask them to come back out and take a look and see if we could make any changes or if they'd recommend any changes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's flexibility as far as limiting how much time is on the clock to cross, that kind of thing. But that would have to be decided by the traffic engineer and not our staff.
Want to rely on the experts.
Correct.
Smart. What's the ultimate purpose behind this change? Who does it benefit?
It just limits risk to the community. It is a safer pathway for pedestrians. That's pretty much it.
Safer pathway also for those turning left now
Left.
that to have that dedicated left turn rather than trying to navigate who's coming through, who's not.
Correct.
Perfect.
Kind of takes the guesswork out of it.
Yeah. Is there anything else you think would be important to mention for people who are acclimating to this new system?
There will be a change. Be patient. Hopefully you'll be able to get used to it. Just expect that you're probably going to be waiting a little bit longer at that intersection to get through it. And that's just something we're going to have to deal with and get used to.
And Golden Rain Foundation will be announcing the change once the project is complete or near completion and we know when it's going live. We'll be doing announcements in the paper, through Leisure World Live. The foundation will do everything they can to make sure that the residents know this change is coming and here's the date where it's happening.
Yes, very much so.
But again, we'll ask for patience. I'm sure there'll be some upset people as soon as it first goes in, that when they have to wait a little bit longer. But usually with these type of things, you'll get used to it. It'll work itself out. Just give it a little bit of grace and a little bit of patience.
Yeah, we just got to remember it is the best thing for the community. So moving forward, hopefully everybody will work to get used to that.
Thank you. This has been Leisure World Direct.